how I lost over 10,000 followers on my Instagram over the course of 2 to 3 years. My Instagram platform being Vividnectar. At one point, I was close to 30,000 followers. Right now, I'm sitting at 16.9 thousand followers. And here are going to be the reasons why I lost over 10,000 followers. And then I'm going to break down every reason one by one. The first one being consistency wasn't as consistent as I was or could have been. The second reasoning being burnout. I was experiencing burnout after months and years of posting content nonstop. The third reason being trying to replicate my old habits, or rather, wasn't able to evolve my content. It was staying the same. And then that led to this reason. Number 4, I was losing my niche. More people did the exact same thing I did. And then last but not least, my fight against copyright infringement on Instagram's platform, as well as not staying true to what I enjoyed. Now, I'm going to be going all the way back to the first reason I lost 10,000 followers, consistency. And for a little bit of context, I started my Instagram, I want to say at some point in 2017, originally doing music reviews, sharing cover arts, sharing arts from artists, those kind of things. And I gradually went from music reviews, things I enjoy, to implementing music updates on there. Music updates as far as who's dropping what songs are being released, what's being leaked, teased, and eventually implementing music statistics. How many streams did this artist achieve? How many streams going to the album? All kinds of stats as far as gold certifications, platinum certifications. I was doing that from 2017 up to a certain point in 2018, nonstop, every day. 5 minimum posts a day, up to maybe 10 posts or more. And at the time, for me, I listen to music nonstop. So music reviews are going to be happening. I enjoy watching music videos. So I was re-uploading music videos of my favorite artists, music updates. And you could see how I was able to have an ocean of content. I was able to pull anything I needed onto my platform. Eventually, I stopped. Not because something drastically happened in my life, but I needed to prioritize other things in my life. And I wasn't able to be as consistent. During that time as well, I was working about 2 jobs. So I was up damn near 24/7. And when I'm up 24/7, it's just like, all right, before I do this at work, let me post this. What's that? While I'm working, I was posting and creating content. So we could see how I went from at the time from 0 to eventually we going from 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, the come up and then eventually the fall off. The second reasoning being burnout. When I had time or, I was able to prioritize my platform again. I was like, all right, let's start posting. Let's start getting back into it. But having to go back to that 5 to 10 pieces of content uploaded every single day with, at that point in my life that was different before, I wasn't able to meet that standard, that bar that I set before. And more importantly, I'm like, damn, I'm not able to do it. I'm not able to continue that same momentum. I will burn myself out even attempting. And whenever you reach burnout, I'm letting you know, whenever you're reaching burnout, even when it's something that you love, something mentally that just fatigues you. Even if I try to push, like, I can't do it right now. I'm already burnt out from doing this for years. And this is going to lead me on to my next reasoning for losing 10,000 followers. And make sure it's in order here. I would replicate the same things that I was doing before. So of course it didn't add any excitement or challenge. It felt like an old routine that didn't have much to offer. It didn't have much to offer to stimulate me. And ultimately, the major reasoning for after that would be my niche lost its advantage. Now, having a hip hop rap platform around 2017, 2018, I wasn't the first. I wasn't an original. I was able to do my thing. And there were still plenty of platforms at that time. But around the time that I created my platform, kept going forward, more platforms, more hip hop, more rap as the genre continued to grow. So did all these various pages, whether we have independent people, organizations, everybody doing the same thing. So whether Drake posts this, Kendrick posts that, we got 50 plus other pages posting the same update. So already I have a lot more competition. I'm not posting as much some of these other pages are they're hungry than me. So they're going to be posting more. They're going to be posting more, and they're going to be doing it more consistently because I've already experienced that burnout. Consistency not there, burnout's not there. And the excitement that I had, I'm like, man, I did this for years. I've already been growing, but it's not getting me the same love. So of course, that's also another factor. And the fact that my competition ultimately, because there's some dope platforms that I didn't view them as, oh man, I got to be better than you. But, in a healthy manner, y'all were competition. It was growing and they were doing it better than me. And to specify on my niche, to specify exactly, not only was I doing music update, not only was I doing stat updates, but adding music videos, adding reviews, adding almost anything you could imagine hip hop related, I was on there. I was grinding it. And then because all the reasons I listed before, that all took a hit, everybody else was able to eat. And that's, all of this contributed to the decline. The next one after losing my niche would have to be my copyright battle for every post. So there would be a good portion of my content that if it's not music videos or interviews, I'm getting it from somebody else. Somebody else, they the plug. Whether it was the artist, their own music video channel, other platforms holding the interview, I would repost it, reshare, of course, clip it. Sometimes I'll clip it. I'm not gonna lie. I used to post like a whole interview. If I really fuck with the interview, I'd be like, I'm gonna put the entire interview right there. The entire interview. And that ultimately bit me as time went on. For whatever reason, Instagram's copyright system would go ham. They'll strike down my content nonstop, even though some of the big dogs, they posting the content that ain't theirs and they're not getting it taken down. But for me, even till this day, I'm having plenty of posts and videos being taken down of audio, of footage, of interviews. And I would notice that every single time I had a piece of content that was struck down by copyright, my engagement, my views, my exposure would decrease. I'm not saying I'm being shadow banned, because shadow ban with me, Instagram, at least for me, ain't giving me a reason. Nah, straight up, they lowering everything because everything I'm doing is getting copyrighted and they're not rocking with it. So that take a hit. And for that being such a big portion of what I do on Vividnectar, it contributed to me. I'm not even going to post. I'm not even going to try anything. And eventually I went through spans of time where I wasn't even posting, weeks, months. I'll try to do the comeback, whether I was fighting copyright strike or still doing my old strategies. I was losing and losing and losing. Finally, another big reason why I lost 10,000 Instagram followers was I wasn't evolving. I wasn't evolving as a content creator. I wasn't evolving, at least on there, wasn't really showing who I was, the person behind the screen posting this content. So when you have all the reasons I have above, especially let me say thousands. And you know what? It probably is thousands of other pages doing the same kind of content, losing my niche, losing everything. What do I really have to offer? And for me, over the course of, from 2017 up until now, but I noticed specifically after 2019, 2 to 3 years afterwards to the present, that's where I really started falling. I really haven't evolved. I'm not doing interviews with artists at that time. I haven't gotten to that point. I wasn't showing my face. I wasn't showing my voice, speaking my voice. There was no personality on there. I had a dope aesthetic at the time. Originally, it was Rap Nectar. But then as I stopped doing so much rap content, I'm like, let me change it up. And that's how all of that contributed to me losing more than 40% of my following. More than 40%. I believe I did the math right. I believe I did the math right. And that's my story right now as far as, okay, if you made it this far, what are you doing right now? Vividnectar on Instagram, even right now as far as the podcast. I'm still doing music reviews, but it isn't simple ones. It's me going in depth as far as some of my verses, how I'm feeling about the production, on how they were produced, how did I like the rollout release, any bits from the song being released to the music videos. I chop it up, I break it down, make it tangible. And right now I'm in the process of making sure it's like, would you rather listen to the song or hear me break it down? But, break it down in a manner where I believe it's enjoyable. As far as the Instagram handle, because that's on the Vividnectar podcast, my apologies. I've done that majority on the podcast that I started, I believe, December 2021. We've been grinding it with 240 plus episodes. As far as the platform is reels of me speaking on music, at times real life, things that happen in my life. If it's a funny story, I'll go share it. And maybe other kinds of media as well, incorporating some more anime and manga that I didn't do before originally, that I didn't. But incorporating some of that and cover, various topics. So that's it for the video. If you, drop a like, subscribe. This is the usual call to action that I'm going to be practicing. And this is going to be dope for documentation right now on my Instagram, YouTube journey, social media, this career we got going on. And thank you for tuning in. One thing to learn about all this. These are some of my mistakes. These are the reasons. These are the stuff that I've learned. And I'll catch you on the next video.